Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at Season 6 of Game of Thrones. So before we begin, I'm just going to warn you that if you're not caught up on the first 5 seasons of Game of Thrones, then click off this video because it will contain spoilers. So that's your warning. So in this season, the conflict between the Starks and the Boltons comes to an epic conclusion. That, as well as many other setups from earlier in the show, are finally being paid off. So this is the first season to comprise mostly of original material from D&D. Yes, much of it is meant to mirror what George R.R. Martin has planned for Book 6, The Winds of Winter. But of course, at the time of Season 6's development, the book had not been completed, and to this date it still hasn't been completed. Don't worry George, take your time. And some elements from books 4 and 5 that hadn't been used in Season 5 can also be found here. But most of it is still largely original nonetheless, and taking that into account, this season surprised me. And it's not because I've read the books and I had this grand expectation going into it, but because I've been warned by a lot of people that once D&D ran out of source material, the show kind of went downhill from there. Though Season 6 is often regarded as one of the better seasons of the show, and I agree, I think it's incredible. So let's get into it. So first of all, we have the fate of Jon Snow following his death at the end of Season 5. All I'll say is that this particular plot point was resolved in the best way possible. The conflict between the Starks and the Boltons is at its peak, and the conclusion to this, as well as the events leading up to it, were very effective. Sansa is reunited with a familiar face she hasn't seen in a long time, and it's one of those long-awaited TV show reunions that you just can't wait to see. After being blinded at the end of Season 5, Arya continues her assassin training before returning to Westeros to continue her quest for revenge. Theon returns to Pike Island to reunite with his sister Yara and support her claim to the Iron Islands throne. Bran is taking his final steps towards becoming the Three-Eyed Raven, and Hodor, who's been traveling with him ever since he left Winterfell, had one of the best scenes in this season. If you know, you know. The Sparrows have now completely taken over King's Landing, and it's up to Jaime and Cersei to take back what is rightfully theirs. Following the aftermath of Season 5, Daenerys has been captured by the Dothraki, and so Tyrion and Varys set out to rescue her. The season also introduces Euron Greyjoy, the younger brother of Theon. Euron may be a late addition to the show, but he's actually one of my favorite characters for some reason. He's a lot more ruthless and sadistic compared to anyone else in the Greyjoy family. He was exiled from the Iron Islands years ago and is now back to conquer Westeros. Now when it comes to the White Walkers, this season does provide some insight into their origins. They, along with the Night King, do have a somewhat smaller role compared to Season 5, but the scene they're in is pretty cool. For this season, the Night King was recast because Richard Brake was unable to return due to scheduling conflicts, and so he was replaced by Vladimir Furdik, which explains why his facial appearance looks slightly different compared to the previous seasons. And while Vladimir was good in this role, I honestly prefer Richard Brake's performance, given his experience in the horror genre. This season of course features what is without a doubt the best action sequence in the entire show, the Battle of the Bastards. Everything about this sequence is amazing. From the initial build-up leading to the fight, the cinematography, the fight choreography, and just the realism of the scenario itself. It was absolutely phenomenal. And the finale did a great job in bringing several characters together and establishing many alliances for what's to come in the next 2 seasons. And yet again, this is another season that I found to be perfect, flawless, literal perfection. So that's it, that's my review for Season 6 guys. Next time we're going to look at Season 7. So thank you all for watching, please be sure to like the video, share it and subscribe, hit the notification icon, be safe during this time, and I'll see you soon.